Hello and welcome to this presentation on the MSc in Emerging Media at Dublin City University. We're based in Dublin University on the Glasnevin campus. DCU is based across three campuses, one in St. Patrick's College, one in All Hallows College, and the main campus of Glasnevin, where we're situated. In this presentation, I'll cover the course structure and content, what we make and how we create. Are you a match for the course, and is the course a match for you? Where do graduates go on to, what career paths they take, and how to apply for the course. So, what is it we do in the MSc in Emerging Media? Well, we make things, but not just for ourselves, for other people. We focus on stories we want to tell, and then we look at who are we going to tell the story to? Who are our users, if it's something like an app, a learning environment, or a game? Who's our visitor, if it's going to be an installation piece in a gallery? And who's our audience if it's more like a broadcast piece that's going out on YouTube, broadcast media, or even legacy media? What we try and avoid is that something looks just wow, where you get fascinated with the technology, how pretty or it looks on the surface, but we need more than that. We need to connect to somebody, we need to engage them. And how do we do that? Through a set of modules, taught in semester 1 and 2, and a final project in semester 3 across the summer, you develop skills in media practice, making, but also a key set of skills around analysing, critiquing, and looking at media from the point of view of others, whether this is audience studies or whether this is a critical aspect of how the media might affect society on a larger scale. So what will you study? Well, we will have a mix of media practice and theory. It's about 70% media practice, where you'll enjoy modules like visual design, responsive media, imaging, audio and sound design, moving image and video, and screenwriting. However, each of these on their own won't necessarily make a project or an artifact that the audience will really engage with. We need to understand a deeper level. We'll mix this with theory, so that we get a deeper understanding of things like social media, how it affects people in their relationships, how it affects politics, how it affects people sort of on ethical issues as well. In emerging media practice, we'll get a groundwork in general media theory, so that we have students coming from so many different backgrounds. We need a common core set of theories and ideas that we can communicate about the media that we're making. Later on in social media structures, practice, and applications, you'll get deeper into sort of the ethics of social media, how it can affect a society level and a personal level. And in media audiences and consumption, you'll really understand what makes someone lean into a project, what will make them sit forward when they're watching a screen, what will make them click to get to the next part, what will make them stick around for another 30 seconds, 2 minutes, another episode. In semester 1, you have 4 core modules. Responsive media with me, Dr. Declan Chute, where we look at interactive apps. Anything from a mobile app, iPad, website design, game design, anything that has an interactive or responsive element. In audio and sound design with Dr. Andreas Rua, you learn how to record in locations, how to record in studios, how to mix. You get an introduction into music technology and how to understand sound design, not just for the moving image in film and television, but also in gaming, app design, and learning environments. In understanding social media with Tanya Lockhart, you'll find out what's going on in social media, not in a marketing sense, but what's happening, sort of how people maintain relationships, how they form bonds, how networks are created, how these then in turn affect family situations, global situations, political situations, and inform us in the making of our media. In imaging and design, Dragana Jurcic will take you through getting the cameras out, going out on location, shooting, editing, and how to tell a story and effectively engage with an audience. In semester 2, you'll have 4 core modules. In emerging media praxis, you'll learn some key media theories that will sort of help the class bond a little bit, so that we have lots of students coming from different backgrounds, so that to have a core set of media theories that we can analyze and engage with the media that we're creating in a more rigorous manner than just, oh, it's nice, I think it works. Well, how does it work for other people? We'll get tools there that we can analyze and engage with the medium that way. In visual design, Dr. Trish Morgan will take you through designing for interfaces, posters, graphic artwork. In moving image and video production, Tom Burke will take you from getting the cameras to shooting, to planning your shoot, to storyboarding, to getting your scripts together, to finally getting it out to where people can actually view it, whether this is online or more in a broadcast situation. Miriam Judge will take project plan and management, where you'll take basically a blank piece of paper and you'll come up with an idea, you and a couple of your colleagues, for your major project, partly about the project management of a sizable media artifact that you're going to make, and partly about sort of team dynamics and also idea development. In semester 2, we have options. You might choose, depending on where you want to take your career path, to do screenwriting with Ferdy McCanna. You might choose to delve even deeper into social media with structures, practices, and applications with Tanya Lockhart. You might also decide, well, actually, I'm more interested in the audience, how to effectively engage them. And media audience and consumption is a place to explore this. We have a little word cloud here, which gives us the main reasons people report that they actually bother watching media. Some to gain knowledge, some for cultural enjoyment, some for advice, some for aesthetic enjoyment. There's a variety of different reasons, and one doesn't necessarily always outweigh the other. Usually we have 2 or 3 reasons why people want to lean forward, engage, click again, continue to the next level, watch the next webisode. And understanding this will help us make a piece of media that we can actually stand behind and really not only enjoy for ourselves, but know that it's going to have an effect on the audience. Not only do we talk about the type of media, but so where is this media going to happen? Is it going to be screen-based media that we have in our phone, in our pocket, or on an iPad? Is it going to be location-based? Will it be projected on a room? Does it have to be in a certain place for some coordinates on your phone to activate for it to work properly? Is it site-specific media? So does the place it's displayed in or we see it affect our understanding of the messages in the media? Is it ephemeral media? Media that doesn't last very long. It might only be around for 2 or 3 days, might only be around for 2 or 3 hours. Or is it mobile media, one that comes with us everywhere we go? So, having done our modules, where we've learned our core practice skills, and we've interrogated them through our theoretical lenses, we move on to the major project and project plan and management. The major project itself will consist of a group of 2 or 3. It'll be a new original piece of work. So you've proposed a new idea. This could be some type of video project, it could be some type of game project, some type of e-learning project, or some type of project we haven't seen yet that you're going to develop in AR or VR. Through the project plan and development module, which runs in semester 2, you'll come up with an idea, flesh it out, give it a background of why the audience would be interested in, how it sits historically with other media, and present at the end of semester 2 your idea to a panel of supervisors, mainly the lecturers that have taught you for semester 1 and 2. You'll be assigned supervisory panel, and across the summer, you'll work on this project between 12 and 14 weeks or so. And around the end of July, you'll hand in this new substantial piece of work. To accomplish this, and also for your regular modules, you'll have access to all the school communication facilities. Our 90 iMacs across 3 labs, our 60 PCs across 2 labs, our 2 radio and sound studios, our state-of-the-art television media studio, and our photographic studio. Along with this, you'll be using industry standard software from the Adobe suite to Ableton to Unity, along with general DCU apps like email, unlimited storage in G Drive. We've top-of-the-line broadcast level hardware, from JVC camcorders to Zoom audio recorders, full range of specialist microphones from underwater to location recorders. We've Nikon still cameras with multiple lens options, as well as Oculus Quest headsets, VR cameras, and ambisonic mics. So we can cover a range of different productions depending on where you see your new ideas coming out. Our graduates. Well, there's lots of different career paths depending on the specialism you choose. So whether it's options you choose in modules or a specific role you take on in the major project, you can specialize in the course. So if something more visual, graphic design, editing becomes your thing, you can specialize there. If it's more sound or script writing, you can specialize there. If it's more UX, UI, or interaction design, this might be the role you take in the major project, and you'll have time to develop really intense skills. It can take a few years to get started, so that you don't necessarily walk straight into the job of your choice. And also, what graduates find is they will try a few different roles out in their first couple of years out of university. Some grads move around and develop career goals across time, and others have a goal in mind and stick to that path. So, where are the grads now? You can see here we have everything from broadcast media to software development to games companies to service companies to e-learning companies. Well, an average class, if we look back from 2017 to 2021, we'll find that before people even leave the course, just as they're finishing up major projects, about 3 to 4 usually have a full-time job lined up based on their portfolio of work they've produced on the course. By Christmas, 2 or 3 months after handing in the major project, about 8 to 10 of the class are in degree-related positions. And by the March graduation that comes around, almost everyone else is employed in some degree-related position. 1 or 2 each year go on to further study. They decide the university environment is for them, and they'll go on and they'll start a PhD. So how does this work? Well, often you go in as a specialist, maybe a video specialist, maybe a content writer, maybe a sound designer, or maybe a UX or UI designer. And usually after 3 or 4 years, ending up as team leaders, section leaders, or creative directors, UX design leads, principal product designers, roles like this. So that it's a type of career path that you can get in to a company or an organization with a very special set of skills, but usually because you have the masters behind you and you have quite a broad range of skills to come along with this, you'll rise up the career path quite quickly. So, is this course for you, and are you for the course? Students come from a variety of backgrounds, from communications, art practice, media production, business engineering, computer apps. It's all about making and creating. So from the get-go in September, right till you hand in the last week of July, beginning of August, you've regular deadlines throughout the modules. There's no exams, and during each sort of 12-week module, you'll probably have 2 to 3 deadlines within that. So a lot of it becomes about managing your time effectively. But not just your time, it's also working with colleagues, because most of the work is done in groups. This replicates what we see in industry, so it's a practice we take to heart. You need to be able to communicate and negotiate effectively with others, not only about your ideas and how you see the project going, but also when you can meet, how you're going to meet, how you're going to structure the work, what roles you're going to take on in any given project. So the course structure and requirements. You complete 70 credits through the course taught modules, and the other 20 credits come from the major project. It's all continuous assessment, media production, essays, reports, things like that. You complete a final group major project that has both the production element and a thesis element. The minimum requirement is a 2-2 or related professional experience. We ask that you not only supply a CV that tells us about your qualifications and work experience you might have, but also a personal statement on why you want to do the course and sort of where you see yourself taking your career due to the course. And we've an English language competency level, which you can check out online. So if you think this course is for you, please visit dcu.ie/DC605, where you'll find some more detailed information on module content, how to apply, and the link to the application portal. Thank you for your time.